I know it's hard to believe, but sweets were never really a thing for me. I was more of a savory food guy, but there's one thing that I would always ask for, and that was flan. Flan is probably top 3 sweet desserts in the entire world. If you haven't noticed, some of these Calmer videos are things that I feel a little nostalgic for, or feel that are more personal than just the food that I eat. The good thing about flan is that it's super simple, super customizable. So we're starting off with some eggs. I'm using 4 whole eggs. This is where you decide what kind of flan you want. If you want a creamy flan, then you only use egg yolks. If you want something that's kind of a little more brittle, I don't know how to say it better than that. Shut up. You use whole eggs, but if you want something in between, you use a combination of stuff. Then we're gonna put like 2 egg yolks. This is gonna give us kind of a creamy consistency. Let's put that back in here. We used an entire can of sweetened condensed milk. I just forgot to film it because I'm a fucking dumbass. You don't have to use sweetened condensed milk. You could just use sugar and milk, sugar and cream, sugar and me. You know what I'm saying? Got some paper in here. That's fucking gross. Don't forget to use a spoon to eat the rest of this. This is where it's a little bit different than my mom's recipe. I'm using half a can of heavy cream. The reason for this is that it's gonna help us get a creamier consistency. And then we're gonna use almost a whole can of milk. If you don't wanna do the cream and the milk, you could just use a can of evaporated milk. If you broke, just say that. I have some Mexican vanilla. God damn. There we go. I got some Mexican vanilla. I'm gonna just put a splash in. That was more than a splash, but that's okay. I recommend getting like the best vanilla you can, just because this is heavily centered on the taste of vanilla. Imitation works, but if you broke, just say that. That's my vocal stem for the next several weeks. Assistant, give him a top-down view. It looks a little icky. I'm gonna add coconut milk. I know they do that a lot in the Philippines. If you broke, just say that. Assistant, give him a top-down view. Hell yeah, you can take off the bubbles, but I never do that. I'm gonna do dry caramel. Dry caramel is just hot sugar. We got this at low heat for a little bit. It's obviously starting to melt. Assistant, give him a top-down view. Hell yeah. I like to swirl it a little bit. This is where you have to be careful. Otherwise, you're gonna fucking burn it, and it's gonna taste like shit. And then you're gonna serve it to people who are gonna lie to you that they like it. All right, this is as dark as I wanted to go today. So we're gonna go ahead and put that into our pan. And I'm gonna put it straight on the center and then rotate around. Can you see it? I hope so. I'm not doing it again. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just put it into a bigger pan and then just go ahead and add your... Spilled it everywhere. Then we're gonna put some hot tap water in here, and you want to put it up to halfway. I'm gonna put some of the water in it now. Then I'm gonna put it in, and then I'm gonna add the rest of the water. Close it up. Now we're gonna leave it in there for maybe like 50 minutes. Toothpick, see if it comes out clean. Hell yeah, it did come out clean. Assistant, give him a top-down view. Hell yeah, that looks beautiful, honestly. I like to run that knife on the edges before it cools. I'm gonna give it a couple shakes. Make sure some of the juices come up a little bit. Assistant, give him a top-down view. As you can see, it unsticks it completely. All right, our flan has been cooling for about 6 hours. What happens if I fuck it up? Hell yeah. How, oh my God. Let's go ahead and cut it a little. This is gonna be good. Woo-wee. God damn. Oh my God.